Oh no, I've got a flat tire. Luckily enough, we're in a nice parking lot when we got the flat. Looks like I've got a unrepairable nail down here. Unfortunately, Tesla does not come with spare tires. They don't come standard with a flat fixing kit that usually has like your fix-a-flat green slime in it. That it can be purchased separately. Fortunately for us, we're in a very well-lit parking lot, very even kind of flow parking lot. No one's going to bother us. So, and we have a fresh set of all-season wheels and tires. So we're going to get these swapped over. So I'm going to use it as an excuse to kind of show you guys how to lift up the vehicle and get these caps off and the torque the wheels and all that good stuff. So the good thing for you guys is that I was a Tesla tech. I worked at Firestone. I've been around tires a lot in my life. So if there's one thing that I do successfully know how to do is take off and put on a wheel. So yeah, let's do it. Right, so first things first, depending on your wheel configuration, you may need to remove your center caps. Inside your glove box upon delivery should be a little cap puller. All you do with this is you're gonna stick your hooked part into the hole. You're gonna turn it and then yank, and your cap comes out. All right, so make sure that you do have your parking brake engaged. You'll do that by holding the P on your drive sock just a little bit longer. This just helps cinch those rear calipers together. Actually, a little step of safety. So the next step to make your life a little bit easier, you're gonna go ahead and pre-loosen your lug nuts. We're not gonna take them all the way off. We're just gonna break them free. So Teslas are going to have a 21 millimeter lug nut. I prefer to use this style of socket because it has the plastic coating around the edge. It just helps protect the paint of the wheel. So pop it on. A nice little breaker bar to help you out. All right, they're loose. Let's jack it up. I do have these special puck adapters that we're going to be using today. These are for sale on our e-commerce platform. But what it does is it actually locks into place in the forward lifting points around the vehicle. They're going to be right here. They're going to be kind of raised out a little bit. It's going to be an oval shape, but this is going to just go right in the hole. Now it does take a little oomph, but it's just going to give me a larger lifting surface. So after that's installed, take my jack, make contact at first, and then slowly and steadily lift her up. Give her just a few seconds, make sure it's all settled. You don't want to rush into anything, especially with a car just kind of floating in the air. All right, so back with our trusty 21 millimeter socket, we're going to come and finish loosening up the lug nuts. Now, once they're kind of hand loose, just go in, take the socket off, spin them freely-deely. Take your lug nuts, put them over to the side where you won't lose them, and now take your wheel off. Try to keep the wheel and tire kind of close to the car so you don't have to go super far. Make it a quick swap over. And then once the wheel is kind of set in place, take one of your lugs and don't tighten it all the way. Just get it kind of snug so we'll hold that wheel for you. All right, so once all 5 lugs are put back into place, we're going to try and get as much oomph as we can in a star pattern before lowering the vehicle. All right, and now we're going to slowly lower the vehicle. Don't forget to remove your puck. So probably the most crucial part of replacing your wheels and tires is making sure that you torque your lug nuts to the manufacturer spec. Tesla spec is 175 newton meters or 129 foot-pounds. So when you do this, you're going to go in a star pattern. And you want to hear that click. And then go around one more time. And now, install your center cap. So, Tesla spec is that the end of the T is pointed towards your valve stem. So that's what we're going to do. And there you go. All right, so to add to our flat tire dilemma, it doesn't look like the tire is going to be repairable. So when we kind of look at what type of puncture is repairable, the first thing we're going to look for is we're going to look for a puncture within these lines. Any tire shop is only going to repair a tire that has a puncture within those lines. It can't be at a weird angle. It can't be too big. And the reason for that is just because this sidewall gets so much pressure and cornering that it's very easy for a patch plug to fail. And then you're looking at the chance of a blowout. So we'll keep this one as a spare. Maybe film another video with it, but I don't think it's going back on the car.